So hello everyone, welcome here to Punta del Este in Uruguay for the second test day for the ISCA Open Wheel Championship Series. As my name is Josh Mertz, alongside me, Daniel Bellamy, bringing you the call from this fabulous street circuit in South America. As a few teams are down here testing for round number 2 of the championship, and we are just about ready to get underway as the cars are on the grid.
This will be a good race for this test. We got 4 people here today, 4 cars, as we just got done with Francia Corda 2 weeks ago, my bad. And we're here, we're going to test out the circuit and see how it is going to come up for this season.
You saw the grid, Mertz, Bellamy, John Quinn, and Steve Rada getting ready to go for a 15-minute race. Once again, we don't have a time counter, but we'll try our best. Getting ready to go, 4 cars at the grid. Mertz is on pole. Who will win this test race? Waiting for the lights. Rada jumps. It's lights out, and away we go. And off the line, I forgot to mention it's downpouring here in Uruguay. It's Mertz and Bellamy to turn 1. Into the chicane. Who will get it? It looks like Bellamy does, but he overruns the corner.
Oh, it's not good, and I think he's stuck onto the anti-curve, whatchamacallit, what they're called, to be honest. They just an anti-cheat device. That's Quinn and Mertz going to the second set of chicane.
As the sleeping policeman, as the Europeans would call him, Bellamy, he got stuck on there. Quinn looks to the inside of Mertz. Will Mertz? No, he's there. Looks like he locks it up, and the wing looks like it's gone on car number 81. No, it's not. I misjudged a bit.
Oh man, the rain is actually filling these cars right now, and the track has a little bit of sand too, so it's packing the sand onto the track.
As into the uphill right-hand corner, I'm going to be honest, we don't really know corner numbers. All we know is this race is going to be action-packed, even if it has 4 cars and it's 15 minutes, mainly because Quinn and Mertz have not raced against each other for 2 years, and I do not believe John Quinn is a big fan of Josh Mertz.
Looks like a couple of these 2 leaders have cut the chicane right there. They got close to the wall. It'll be okay, but they're probably going to have to be careful. There's a virtual safety car.
Looks like Rada, in his MRT car, has impaled the wall. We'll try and get another look later on, but not a good day for the American as him and his teammate flew over from Croft as the first round of the NASA Rallycross Challenge was in Britain. They flew over, Mertz hopped into his car, he's leading. Rada has never driven one of these cars, and it looks as though he's having issues.
I don't think he's used to these cars at all. He's not used to his driving, and especially testing in rainy conditions. It's really not going to help him going into this championship.
As Rada's more of an oval guy, oval people don't race in the rain. And it looks like virtual safety car, I'm hearing, will be lifted past the hairpin. They are on the speed limiter. I believe that's the rule.
Yeah, they're going up the uphill here, and you can see the water is... Mertz is trying to warm up the tires, but right now he is just spraying water all across the racetrack. I don't know if that's going to be an advantage to him or what, but I believe the green's coming out right now.
Green flag back out. Mertz has a good lead already into this first chicane here. As before he jumped into a rallycross car, he was a really good driver on the road courses, but it's been a while as he leads Quinn and Bellamy into the second chicane.
Yeah, you can see Quinn, and he cuts the chicane, and that might give Quinn the spot going into the final corners.
As it doesn't look like the rain is getting any better, I'm hearing aquaplaning from car number 81 sent him wide. Let's see if he can take the fight to Quinn.
Going inside.
Dives to the inside, side by side in the final corner. Will Quinn try the switchback? Yes, he does. Will he leave room for Mertz? I believe so.
I think Bellamy might give up some sort of fight here, might take it going into turn 1. But right now, John Quinn has got the lead. The front wing's off for Mertz.
As contact between number 81 and 2 has sent the front wing off for Mertz. And this is going to be big because he's going to try and stay ahead of everyone. Do you think he'll pit now, or he will wait for the mandatory stop?
Well, the turns are pretty slow. There's not a lot of downforce turns in these type of street circuits. He could wait, or he may just pit, just out of a safety precaution because of the rain.
As Quinn struggling, maybe something is gone wrong in the back of that car due to Mertz's contact, as he was all over the place coming out of the hairpin. Mertz leads, we can't really tell what's going on because of this rain, because I believe this is the first ever rain broadcast for ASN. Little random bit of tidbit there. It looks like Mertz trying desperately to stay in front of Bellamy.
The spray is getting worse on the track, but it looks like the rain may be letting up. We can't hardly tell, but you can tell the spray is really getting bad, and I'm pretty sure these drivers are getting cold too.
I would love to tell you if we have an accurate weather estimation, but I believe down here in Uruguay they speak Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. I can't read the forecast. All I know is it's raining. So all we can really tell you is if it stops raining out of a commentary box, as Mertz runs it wide, we will let you know. No harm done, I believe, as Mertz did not gain an advantage, but he is holding up Bellamy and Quinn.
Into the second chicane here, Mertz still has the lead. Quinn cuts the chicane a little bit on exit, trying to dive to the inside of the hairpin on Bellamy, going up the hill.
As he takes it, can he hold the spot on car number 5? Runs it wide, he has to go on the runoff, so that probably seals Quinn's race.
Going down the hill again, Mertz into the third chicane. He's looking alright without that front wing, but only time will tell. Oh, you can see he pushed into the wall right there. I think the track is losing a lot of grip.
As the rain's getting heavier, this will help him, but also hinder him. It's a love-hate relationship. He is still holding strong. Our lap count says we are on lap number 4. Remember, it is a timed race. We still have yet to figure out a way to show you guys the time. We will get that before the beginning of the season. But at 7 minutes, the pit lane will open. So it'll be interesting to see if Bellamy can jump Mertz in the pit stop.
Yeah, you can see it is 7 minutes in for the pits, but this is a half the distance race. This is 15 minutes. The real races are going to be 30. But you never know.
As I don't know if it's a combination of the rain and Mertz's wing, but his last lap, I believe, was right on pace. So it's really strange to see without a front wing, he is relatively fast.
Yeah, the front wing causes a high amount of drag. You can see how big it is covering the front tires. You may not think of it in these electric race cars, but they do cause a high amount of drag. So he gets them on the straights, but his quartering ability is hindered.
As if this was a regular Formula Series where it would be an actual pit stop instead of the car swap, Mertz would be out of it because the front wing would take a considerable amount of time to change, but all he has to do is unbuckle himself, hop out of that car, hop in the next one, and he's perfectly fine.
Can't quite tell, but it looks like the track is starting to develop a dry groove. But it looks like Bellamy's diving on the inside here.
Looking to the inside is car number 5, side by side with car number 81. It's going to be a drag race, but without a front wing, Mertz should seal it.
Yeah, he's got him right here going into turn 1, but I'm not quite sure if the chicane will hold him.
Wouldn't the officials normally give an unsafe, what they call the meatball flag, to Mertz without a front wing?
No, because this series you can drive without a front wing pretty well. Now, if there was a tire off or a rear wing off, it might cause more damage, and they'd probably send them in.
As once again, into the hairpin, I believe the pits may be open this lap or the next lap, if I'm hearing it right in my ear, trying to guesstimate with the time.
Kind of hard with the time, because there has been a lot of confusion between the first test race and the second test race about the pits and when they're open. And it's once the time hits 7 minutes in this race, but it would be 15 in the actual race. Once it hits that 15 minutes, the pits are open to everyone. You do not have to go an extra lap. You don't have to be on the same lap. It's just open.
As Mertz all over the track in car number 81, that'll open up the door again for Bellamy. Mertz takes it to the pit lane, so the pits are open.
Now the big question is, will Bellamy or Quinn, how long will they run? That's the big question here, because they both stayed out, and Mertz is the only one in the pit lane so far.
So now the MRT crew going to work, unbuckling Mertz from car number 81. He's going to hop into the second car. I don't believe there are constructors in the ISCA Open Wheel Championship. I know in Formula E, which this series mimics, there are constructors. I believe Renault is the only constructor in this series, although I might be wrong.
Yeah, Renault is one of the major sponsors, but McLaren actually builds the engines for these cars. It is a spec series, so all these cars are the same.
So it's all about driver talent here. It looks like Mertz might be out of the pit lane. He is now with a new front wing with the new car. And I'm hearing over the radio he forgot what it felt like to have a front wing on that car. So we'll see here.
Tell the front wing's making a difference on Mertz's car. You see he's not pushing going into the uphill corner like he was. And looks like Quinn is starting to gain some time on Bellamy.
Bellamy's been really scrappy in his in-lap. Let's see if he pits now. He does not pit this lap. Will Quinn pit? Yes, he does in car number 2. As I believe he's driving for SoCal Autosport this season in a limited campaign, but they do not have any cars. So he's driving one of the Virgin Racing cars. And here's Mertz. He will get by Quinn, and his crew will help him out get a new car.
Now this would be a big question here for Bellamy. He's in the lead right now, but he has not taken his mandatory pit. So right now he's burning a lot of energy out of that race car, so that's going to cause him a lot of time in his stop.
Mertz slid it in turn 1. He hit the curbs, the sausage curb, and he nearly threw his race away, but he is pushing really hard to gain that time up in the MRT car, as he's currently in second. Quinn is out of the pit lane, and I don't believe Rada had crashed, but I don't believe you are allowed to take your second car if you crash.
Well, you can get the front wing replaced. They come here with like 3 wings. So in this series, that's illegal in FIA, but this is ISCA, so we allow that. Well, they will allow that here. And if you pit before the mandatory time, you still have to pit again. That does not count.
Bellamy to the pit lane now. Mertz is entering the final complex of corners, and I don't believe Bellamy will have the gap. Unbelievably, he was right near Mertz. In car number 81, you see the crew going to work now. Bellamy hopping out of car number 5. Mertz will take the lead, I believe. Where is Bellamy? Still in the pit lane. Mertz has the lead.
Yeah, he's going to lose a lot of time on that stop. I think he ran it a little lap too long, and you know, they're trying to get the car settled up now, and it's not going to play out for him in this test race.
As Mertz pulling away, trying to guesstimate the time here for you guys, trying to figure out how many laps exactly we have left, as unsure as to where lap count says 9. Once again, it's a timed race, so it's hard to guess as to how many laps we have left.
I think that's one of the big things coming for this new format this season. Last season was lap races, and this season's time. So you could actually go into the last set of corners with 5 seconds left, and you could be an inch away from the finish line, and you'd still get the checkered flag. So it could make it break some people.
So let's see here. I apologize for you guys. Like I said, we do not have a way to show you guys the time or ourselves the time. So we'll just have to guess here as to what lap. Lap count says 10. Again, it's a 15-minute race, so this might be either the final lap or 1 lap to go as Mertz runs it wide and hits the sleeping policeman. But no harm done. And it looks like Quinn has gotten by Bellamy. As Quinn is around nearly in car number 2.
Saved it. This could be close for a second place finish right here. But as we were watching this action and talking about the policies and regulations, I've noticed that the rain has come back and now it's washing away that dry groove.
As this season, we did the first test race, we're doing this race. I'm going to guesstimate that this season is going to be phenomenal to watch and to broadcast. As these cars, people would say they're slow, but when you think about fully electric, they are quite fast.
We were running the numbers from last season, and the top speed is 142 miles per hour. So that is a very fast electrical race car.
Looks like Mertz here. We might have either 1 or 2 laps to go. As I believe we might have 1 lap to go, because I believe Mertz was slowing down to try and get the final lap. So we'll see here what happens. As Quinn is in second, Bellamy third. This battle has not changed.
Looks like it's going to be, if Bellamy doesn't make a mistake here, he might can catch him, but it's going to be close.
As Mertz is pulling away, Rada's in the pit lane.
Oh no,
Bellamy into the wall, and it looks like he's high-centered on the curb.
That's going to be a big problem coming in these races now, getting stuck on these curbs. You want the ride height low because you want to have the downforce going through the corners, but you want to have it high enough to where if you get stuck.
As Bellamy probably sealed the battle for second, and it's going to be Quinn. So let's see here if the checkered flag will fly. And Mertz swerving. We're just going to guess it's the checkered flag for the German as a second test race victory. Second place will go to Quinn. Looks like he salutes his crew here. And he does a donut on the front stretch in an active lap to finish second. And it looks like Bellamy has thrown it into the wall.
Bellamy's stuffed in the barrier.
So let's see what happened here to the American. As it looks as though
Oh, he locked it up.
on board car number 5. Down the backstretch here. 150, 150 board. Right front lockup. Into the barrier he went.
Oh yeah, I think the rain got to him right there, and looked like he was disappointed in the finish.
And here's Mertz, who won the race here, like he did in Italy. Pull over to the side. It's going to be in the rain, but he's going to attempt to do some burnouts in car number 81. An electric car plus rain equals kind of awkward burnouts. As here are the results here. It's Mertz who wins, Quinn is second, Bellamy third, Rada in fourth.
Those are some good results right there. I think the big problem here is that our defending champion, Philip Kraus, is not here in these both test races. Josh Mertz has won both of them. I think those two are going to be battling up in the front all season long.
As I believe the season starts on the 5th of September. I'm unsure of what track it starts at. I know the season starts, or the season comes to this race for round number 2. I feel like I should be better prepared as to what track the season starts at, if you could tell me that.
Ironically, our first test race was at our first round in Franciacorta, and the second test race is here at round 2.
So we kind of saw a preview of the first 2 rounds of the championship, but who knows what will happen, as we hope to see you for round number 1 of the ISCA Open Wheel Championship Series in Italy. As for Daniel Bellamy, I'm Josh Mertz. We will see you in Italy in about a month's time, but until then, so long everyone.